Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Kurt Berglund's Baseball World. And I have kind of an unusual offering today for your enjoyment, along with my good friend Tony Porter of Cards and Dice TV. And if you don't subscribe to his channel, you really should. It's a lot of good stuff. And we are both members, moderators of the Universal Baseball Association Lounge on Facebook. You can follow our stuff there as well. However, he has gotten me in big trouble by joining the Liberty League, which is an inside pitch draft league. And I have inherited a team, and there's 11 other members in the league, and it's a wonderful group of guys, but my team is not good. And I'm saying that with all possible charity toward the individuals that make up this team. It's the 1971 season. We just completed our draft, and we are about to begin a 54-game schedule. And I am unsure about my 25-man roster, and this is an exhibition game that I'm going to be showing you today. I might do another one before cuts. And I'm going to show you this exhibition game. I'm going to be playing some guys that are, let's just say, on the bubble. As far as making my 25-man roster, at the end of this video, I'm going to go through and show you the dilemmas that I've sort of divided each roster spot into and the players that I'm choosing between them. So if you stay tuned for the end of the video, you can give me some advice about who you would keep on your 25-man roster if this was your team. I can use your advice, hence the title for this video. Before we get to that point, though, we're going to do an exhibition game where many of these players will be playing. I'll go through the roster and all that as we go, and certainly at the end of the video I'll be talking about that at some length as well. So thank you in advance for your help with my roster selections. Today's exhibition game will be at Shea Stadium. I'm playing a real-life team with my Milwaukee Bears, which is, of course, the name of the Negro Leagues team that played in Milwaukee not very well in the 1920s. And that's why you've never heard of them. So the Milwaukee Bears are at Shea Stadium, and they will be taking on the 1969 New York Mets, of course, the world champions. Now, not in the lineup today for this game, at least not in the starting lineup today, are several of my starters because I got to look at the guys who I want to see if I'm missing something or if they should be on the team or if they should not be on the team. So the starters that are not in the lineup today are six of them. Catcher Jerry Grody, first baseman Willie McCovey, second baseman Felix Meehan, shortstop Del Maxville, and outfielders Don Money and Felipe Alou. So there are only 2 of my regular 8 starters. This team is not good, my friends. This is not a good ball club. But we're going to have fun. It's inside pitch. I've got a pile of pitching decisions to make. So we'll see how that goes. The starting pitchers for today's game will be Dick Drago for the Milwaukee Bears and Tom Seaver for the 1969 New York Mets. So with no further ado, let's go to today's starting lineups and get rolling some inside pitch Liberty League baseball with my players that are, many of them, on the bubble. So leading off in center field for the Bears, we're at Shea Stadium, is center fielder Jose Cruz. Batting second is second baseman Paul Popovich. Batting third is third baseman Tony Perez, one of my starters. Oh, and Jose Cruz is my starting center fielder, too. So those are my 2 starters. The rest of these people are fighting for bench spots. Jim Beecham will bat fourth, and he will play first base. No, I lied. Joe Haig will bat fourth and play right field. Jim Beecham will bat fifth and play first base. Bob Didier will bat sixth and catch. Bernie Williams, not that Bernie Williams, will play left field and bat seventh. And Jackie Hernandez will play shortstop and bat eighth. On the mound, it's Dick Drago, who was in 1971 a Kansas City Royal, and he was 17-11 with a 2.98 ERA in 241 innings of work. For the Mets, this is their lineup against right-handed pitching in the World Series. Tommy Agee leads off in center field. Wayne Garrett bats second at third base. Cleon Jones bats third in left field. Art Shamsky bats fourth in right field. Ken Boswell will bat fifth at second base. Ed Kranepool bats sixth at first base. Jerry Grody bats seventh. He'll be behind the plate. And Bud Harrelson bats eighth. He'll play shortstop. On the mound is Tom Terrific. Tom Seaver was 25-7 in 1969 with a 2.21 earned run average. All right, so we are ready to go. Taking a look at some guys, and then we're going to go over roster spots. Talk about that when the game is done. Jose Cruz leading off. In fact, I'm going to do it this way for a few innings. So Cruz will lead off against Seaver. And we're underway. It's a 6-4, and I'm not going to do it this way. It's a double question mark on Seaver's card. It's a 14, and that's a star line result on Seaver. It's hit on the ground to Kenny Boswell. He's up with it and throws to Ed Kranepool. And we're underway at Shea Stadium. There goes the airplane with the mail going to Chicago. Flying overhead right now. Okay, Paul Popovich is up. The second baseman today, Felix Mion, will be the normal second baseman for my team. Popovich fighting for a bench spot. The pitch is get to the kitchen. Oh my God, it's a range check. This is corked to center, and it's going to help. No, it's not. He's a right-handed pitcher. It's corked to center, but Tommy Agee is going to catch up to it, and there's two down in the first, and now Tony Perez. A 4-4 is a strikeout check, but a 15 is too high. Perez swings and hits it in the air to right. Art Shamsky coming on, and he's going to make the catch for out number 3 in the first inning. So Seaver with a 1-2-3 first. You got to beat the best, my friends, to make this roster. That's how it works. Tommy Agee up, then Garrett, then Jones. The pitch from Drago is an open result. And this is corked to center, and it's going to get over Jose Cruz's head. Tommy Agee with a leadoff double in the bottom of the first. Here's Wayne Garrett. Garrett with a strikeout check, and it's a 13. And hey, struck him out because we bumped 3 for Shea Stadium's ballpark card. Wow. So Garrett fans, Drago blows it by him, and there's one down in the bottom of the first. Here's Cleon Jones. Cleon Jones, the pitch to him, hey, struck him out. Drago with the broccoli cauliflower medley. Gas. And now it's Shamsky. Art Shamsky. That's an open roll on Drago's card. Shamsky hits it on the ground to Paul Popovich. He's up with it and throws to Jim Beecham at first base, and that will retire the side. So the leadoff double goes for nothing. We go to the bottom or the top of the second with your score. 0-0 at Shea. Haig, Beecham, and Didier coming up in the Bears' second inning. And that's a 6-1, so we have a star line result. Yes, we do. And that's hit to center field. Tommy Agee calling and taking for out number 1. Here comes Beecham. Seaver winds and delivers. Of course, Beecham later became Seaver's teammate on the 73 Mets. Home run check is a 16. That could be out of here. Jim Beecham to left and foul ball. So it's hitting the air to center. Coming in a few steps is AG on this one, and there's 2 gone in the 8th. AG's been busy, 3 of the first 5 outs. And Didier comes to the plate, probably keeping this guy. The pitch, backup catcher. 1-6 is a star line on Seaver's card. That's hit on the ground to Buddy Harrelson. He's up with it. And Tom Seaver's roommate makes the play to Cranepool for out number 3. So 6 up, 6 down for Tom Terrific. We go to the bottom of the 2nd, and it's Boswell, Cranepool, and Grody coming up for the Mets. Drago winds and delivers. That's a foul ball. And it's a strikeout check, but a 15 is too high even at Shea. Boswell hits it on the ground to third. Tony Perez up with it and throws to Jim Beecham at first base, and there's 1 down in the bottom of the 2nd. Cranepool up. Pitch to Ed is a 1-5. That's a ballpark check. And it's a base hit to right field for Cranepool. Now he could try and push it for extra bases. And why not? Let's see what happens. So it's Joe Haig in right field. Joe Haig's arm is a 0 in right field. And here goes Cranepool. And he's going to hold at first. All right, so big turn, and then he retreats to first. Here's Grody with 1 out. Drago the stretch, and the delivery to Jerry Grody is a strikeout check, and hey, struck him out. 3 strikeouts for Drago in an inning and 2/3. Here's Harrelson with Seaver on deck. The pitch from Drago is a double question mark. That'll be nothing. And hit on the ground to Paul Popovich. He's going to throw to Jim Beecham and retire the Mets in inning number 2. So after 2 complete, it's the Bears nothing and the Mets nothing. Bernie Williams, not that Bernie Williams. Jackie Hernandez and then Dick Drago in the Bears' 3rd inning. Seaver winds and delivers as a strikeout check, and hey, struck him out. Number 1 for Seaver. 7 up, 7 down for Tom Terrific, and Jackie Hernandez comes to the plate. 5-4 is a strikeout check. Hey, struck him out. 2 for Tom Terrific. And here comes Drago. Not much of a hitter. Might be the side. Here we go with Seaver. I got you, I smell gas. Oh my God, don't light a match. We're going to explode. Shea Stadium, ballpark. Card is a hit to left. Cleon Jones on the run. I believe he is a 4. He is a 4. On the run toward the line, makes the catch, and that will retire the side. 9 up, 9 down for Seaver. We go to the bottom of the 3rd, and we have no score. Both teams have what the little boy shot at. In the Mets' 3rd, it'll be Seaver, AG, and Garrett. 9-1-2. Coming up. The pitch to Seaver is open. 5-2 is hit on the ground to Paul Popovich. He throws to Beecham, and there's 1 gone in the Mets' 3rd. Drago's doing okay. Now it's AG. Strikeout check. It's a 12. Hey, struck him out. Number 4 for Drago in 2 2/3. Here's Garrett. And it's a strikeout check. And hey, struck him out. Number 5 for Drago. We go to the 4th. We're scoreless. Drago and Seaver matching each other pitch for pitch. Leadoff man coming up, Jose Cruz. And nobody's saying Cruz because we're in New York. 0 for 1 for Jose. The pitch from Seaver is a strikeout check. A 14 is too high. So Jose swings and hits it in the air to left. Cleon Jones in his tracks puts it away for out number 1. Paul Popovich, 0 for 1. Star line result on Seaver's card. This is a fly ball to center. Under it is AG, and there's 2 gone. And Tony Perez. Error on a grounder check on a Perez result. This is not a grounder. It's hit to left center. AG on the run. AG on the run makes the catch. And it's 12 up, 12 down for Tom Terrific. We go to the bottom of the 4th, and I'm going to bring in one of my bubble pitchers. Drago goes 3 innings and allows 2 hits. He strikes out 5. He doesn't walk anybody. So a nice little outing for Dick Drago. He's done. His day is done. And timeout. The new pitcher will be Atlanta Braves right-hander Pat Jarvis, who actually, and kind of unbelievably, started Game 1 of the NLCS in 1969 for the Braves, and I don't know why. They had at least 2 other starters with better numbers. So I don't know what was going on there. If you know, tell me in the comments. In 71, Pat Jarvis was 6-14 with a 4.10 ERA. He will give me 7 batters of relief without fatigue issues. But as you can see, he's kind of a swingman, which would be his role on my team if I keep him on the team and don't send him to the minors. All right, so he will get an inning or 2 or 3. And he'll face Cleon Jones, Art Shamsky, and Ken Boswell. In the bottom of the 4th, we are scoreless. Jarvis was a right-handed pitcher. The pitch to Cleon Jones is a 4-1. That's a walk check, and that is ball 4 for Cleon. Now, Cleon can run a little bit. We got a 0 on Jarvis's hold. We have a -1 on the steal attempt. We have Jones at a 13. Didier is a +2. So it actually bumps Cleon to a 14. They're going to send him. Shamsky takes the first pitch. No, he holds. Cleon does not get a good jump. Here's the pitch to Shamsky from Jarvis. Does he hit him? No, he doesn't. Too high. Shamsky, a comebacker to Jarvis. Double play is a 1. Jarvis gets no adjustment for being the pitcher. Actually, he gets a -1. So there is no double play chance. So he's going to, we're going to roll to see if he gets a 6. No, he doesn't. So it's a Jarvis turning and firing to Jackie Hernandez covering second. Jones slides hard into Hernandez to break up 2. Shamsky legs out the fielder's choice, and there's 1 out and 1 on now for Boswell. Ken is 0 for 1. The pitch to him is a home run check. It's a 14. That's good enough on Jarvis's card. Boswell, no. Foul ball. Boswell line drive snagged by Popovich. Chance for a double play? Maybe. He's at first. Popovich turns, fires to Beecham, and not in time. Shamsky scrambles back. He's still at first with 2 outs now for Cranepool, who's 1 for 1. Jarvis the stretch, and the delivery to Cranepool is open. Cranepool swings and hits it on the ground to Paul Popovich. He's going to go the short way to Hernandez at second, and that will retire the Mets in inning number 4. We go to the 5th, still Tom Seaver, and he'll be facing Haig, Beecham, and Didier in inning number 5. "12 up, 12 down" for Tom Terrific. The pitch to Haig is a 10. Hey, struck him out. 3rd strikeout for Seaver. Here's Beecham, 13 in a row to start the game. Walk check. It's a 14, too high. Hit to right. Shamsky toward the line on the run, makes the catch for out number 2. Didier. Seaver winds and deals. Got to the catch, and oh my God, it's a range check at Shea. Star line 5. Hit on the ground to Bud Harrelson. He's up with it and throws to Cranepool, and that retires the Bears in the 5th. We're halfway through this one, but we've decided nothing. There is no score at Shea Stadium. Seaver, 15 up, 15 down. Jarvis out for inning number 2. It'll be Grody, Harrelson, and Seaver. I was going to take Seaver out, but I'm not now. We're going to see what happens with this. Grody 0 for 1. The pitch is a ballpark check. It's a 3-2 ground ball. Jim Beecham, he's going to take it to first himself, and there's 1 down in the 5th. Here's Harrelson 0 for 1. It's a walk check, and he does walk the Mets shortstop. He's on. No real chance for a stolen base. Seaver comes to the plate with 1 out and 1 on. Seaver, of course, could hit a little bit, but not in 1969. With a 121 average. All right, so let's see what happens here. Jarvis, the stretch, the delivery to Seaver. Seaver's bunting. That's an open result, so we're going to go right to he's a 2 bunter. And that's a 14. Seaver bunts it too hard, and he bunts it to Beecham. Beecham turns and fires to Jackie Hernandez at second, and they retire Harrelson 3-6 on the attempted bunt. Seaver's safe at first. And now, with 2 outs, it'll be AG. Seaver at first, 2 outs, bottom of the 5th. The pitch from Jarvis is a home run check. He got this one to left and deep and gone. A 2-run bomb for Tommy Agee, and it's 2-0 Mets. Seaver scores ahead of him with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. Now it's Garrett. Garrett 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. It's a ring. I got to catch, and I smell gas. To center field, this is going to be trouble because Cruz, not really a center fielder. The pitch, he makes the catch. Yikes. So the Mets settle for 2 on 1 hit. They don't leave anybody. After 5, Seaver's got a 2-0 lead, and 15 up, 15 down, cooking. All right, so we go to the 6th. It's 2-0 Mets. Bernie Williams Jackie Hernandez, and then a pinch hitter for Jarvis, as we'll get a new pitcher in there, another one of my bubble pitchers I want to look at in this game. Seaver with 15 up and 15 down to start this game. He has struck out 3. Bernie Williams, Jackie Hernandez, and a pinch hitter for Pat Jarvis coming up in the 6th. Mets lead 2-0. Bernie Williams is 0 for 1. The pitch from Seaver is a hit by pitch chance, and that is nothing. So Bernie hits it on the ground to Bud Harrelson, who's up with it, and throws to Cranepool for out number 1 in the 6th. Here's Jackie Hernandez. On deck is Felipe Alou to pinch hit for Pat Jarvis. The pitch to Jackie, hey, struck him out. That's number 4 for Tom Terrific. And now Alou comes to the plate. Alou, pinch hitting, was with the Yankees in 71, and he hit 288. The pitch from Seaver is a strikeout check, and hey, struck him out. 5 strikeouts for Seaver, 18 in a row to start the game. We go to the bottom of the 6th, and it is Mets 2, Bears 0. We're going to get a new pitcher for Milwaukee, and it's going to be right-hander Billy Champion, who was a Philly in 1971. Later, of course, he went to Milwaukee, and that's why I drafted him. So in 71, Champion was 3-5 with a 4.39 ERA and 108 innings of work. Now he is competing with Jarvis and a couple others for a spot in the bullpen on this team. So we'll see how this goes. He will face the meat of the Mets order in the bottom of the 6th. And that will be Jones, Shamsky, and Boswell. Cleon is 0 for 1. I'll move this here so you can get a better look. All right. Pitch to Cleon Jones. Got to the kitchen. It's a range check. Oh my God, we're gonna explode. Don't let him match the hit in the air to right field. This is Joe Haig, and there's one gone in the Mets 6th. Art Shamsky comes to the plate. Art is 0 for 2. The pitch from Champion. Another range check. Ground ball, second base. That's Popovich to his left. Gloves it, and it's by him. Base hit into right field. Bad hop single for Shamsky puts him on, and now it'll be Boswell. 1 out, 1 on now. 0 for 2 for Boswell today. The pitch is an open result. Hit in the air to right, toward the line. Another chance for Haig. He gets there. Shamsky retreats to first. And there's 2 gone in the 6th. Here's Cranepool. Champion the stretch and the delivery. We got a strikeout check, but a 16 is too high. Cranepool hits it to center. Gonna drive Cruz back a few steps, and he makes the catch for out number 3. So after 6 complete, 2-0 Mets. Now we're back to the Seaver drama. 18 up and 18 down to start this ball game. Top of the order coming for the Bears in the 7th. Cruz, then Popovich, then Perez. The pitch to Jose Cruz is an error check. Ground ball hit to Cranepool. Cranepool's error number is a 5. He's going to glove it. He's going to take it to the bag himself, and that retires Cruz. 19 in a row retired for Seaver to start the game. Now it's Popovich at 0 for 2. Pitch from Seaver is a walk check. Does he walk him? Yes. Popovich draws a walk with 1 out in the 7th, and there goes the perfecto. Tying run comes to the plate, and Tony Perez. Seaver the stretch, and the delivery is an error check, and this might be trouble. It is hit on the ground to Boswell. I think it is trouble. Can Boswell an error check? It's a 2. He boots it. It's clank off his glove. Popovich slides into second safe. He's got no play on Perez at first, and there's 2 on with 1 out now for Joe Haig. Chance for the Bears to get on the board. Nothing so far in the hit column for Milwaukee, however. Seaver the stretch, the delivery to Haig. It's an open result. Haig pops it up. Under it, on the infield dirt, is Boswell calling and taking. And there are 2 down now, and it's Beecham at 0 for 2. Seaver the stretch. The delivery is at the ballpark. And we got a rare play. We have a rare play with runners on base. A 3-4 on the rare play chart. Base hit to right field, breaks up the no-no. So Seaver loses the perfecto and the no-no in the same at bat. If runner on first, single to right, with the runner attempting to go to third on a close play, roll 1d6 versus the base runner in the right field arm. If higher, out, runner otherwise safe. All right, we're not playing injuries, so we don't have to worry about that. The single by Beecham is going to score Popovich. It's 2-1. The play is going to be on Perez at third with his running rating and the right fielder's arm. That's Art Shamsky. He's a 2. Perez is a 2. Shamsky's throwing arm is a 0. So let's see what happens here. One d6. 1-2. So Perez sliding into third. The throw from Shamsky to Garrett is in time. Garrett applies the tag. Perez is shot down 9-5 at third base, but the Bears get on the board and break up the no-hitter. An RBI single for Jim Beecham. It's time to stretch him out in Shea Stadium. 2-1 Mets going to the bottom of the 7th. All right, so Billy Champion's coming back out for inning number 2, and he will face the bottom third of the Mets order. The Mets bullpen is going. Ron Taylor is throwing in the Mets bullpen. Grody, 0 for 2. The pitch from Champion to Grody is a strikeout check. That's a 9. And hey, struck him out. 1 gone in the bottom of the 7th. Bud Arelson comes up. Champion winds and deals. Foul ball. The next delivery to the Mets shortstop is a walk check, and he does walk Bud Harrelson. So the Mets have a runner, and they're going to hit for Seaver. I went a lot longer with Seaver than I thought I was going to, but he had a perfecto going, so going to give that a shot. But that's over now. Ron Taylor's going to be the new pitcher, but before we get to that, it's going to be Rod Gasper pinch hitting for Seaver with Harrelson at first and one man out in the bottom of the 7th. Champion, the stretch, and the delivery is open. Gasper, comebacker, gloved by Champion. One double play point there. Nothing on Hernandez for the pivot, I don't believe. No. So Champion gloves it, whirls, throws to Hernandez for what? The relay to Beecham is in time for a rally-killing, soul-crushing 1-6-3 double play turned by the Bears. That eliminates the Mets in the bottom of the 7th. Ron Taylor will bat 9th and become the new Mets pitcher in the 8th inning. Didier, Williams, and Hernandez do in the Bears' 8th inning. Getting organized here. Here's Ron Taylor. Taylor, 9-4 with 13 saves in 1969, a right-hander. Didier is 0 for 2. Pitch from Taylor to Didier is a it's a range check. Didier hit to right field. Shamsky on the run. Can he get there? He is a 1. He's not getting there. It's a base hit for Didier. And the tying run is aboard for Milwaukee. Now it's Bernie Williams. He is a 2-bunter. I don't think I'm going to ask him to bunt. So we'll see if he gets a hit. Taylor the stretch, and the delivery to Williams is a... Yikes. This is a drive to left. Did Williams get it? He did not. It's a foul ball. Now it's Williams swinging a base hit through shortstop. It's past Bud Harrelson. Didier is running. Is a 3. Yikes. He's got some wheels for a catcher. And he will stop at second. So there's 2 on now with nobody out. And Jackie Hernandez is due. He's also a 2. I don't think I can bunt with 2 bunters. Now, our bunter's rated a 2. I don't think I can do it. Their bunts are successful on a 1 to 10. Yikes. Got a foul ball 11 to 12, and then bad things happen after that. So, Jackie Hernandez is 0 for 2. Let's see if he does it. Ron Taylor the stretch. The delivery to Jackie Hernandez is a range check. Starline 3, that's hit to Cranepool. Now, Cranepool, I believe, has decent range. He's a 3. All right. Cranepool to his right, gloves it. Now, double play chance. 2, 0. And is Harrelson anything on the pivot? Yes, he is. He's a +1. So Cranepool goes to Harrelson for 1, and that's all they're going to get. Jackie Hernandez beats the rap at first Williams is retired 3-6 on the fielder's choice. Didier goes to third, and Hernandez is safe at first. There are Bears at the corners now with one out in the eighth. Champion in the on-deck circle. He's being called back. And it's going to be Stretch McCovey to pinch hit for the pitcher, Billy Champion. Now, this is not an awesome Willie McCovey. But it's still Willie McCovey. And he is coming out of the dugout to pinch hit in the eighth inning with the tying run at second base against Ron Taylor. Tug McGraw has started to throw in the Mets bullpen. McCovey, 18 homers and a .277 average in 105 games in 1971. Taylor with Didier at third, Hernandez at first, and one out. Infield at double play depth. They're going to try and turn it on McCovey. The pitch from Taylor is open. McCovey, star line 2, grounded to Harrelson. Now we check Boswell's pivot. It's a 0. We got 2 on the double play there. They're at double play depth. That's a 3. Harrelson to Boswell for 1. The relay to Cranepool is in time for a rally-killing, soul-crushing 6-4-3 double play turned by the Mets to get out of the 8th. We go to the bottom of the 8th with your score. Mets 2, Bears 1. Another pitcher on the bubble for my team is Bucky Brandon. 6-6 with 4 saves and a .390 ERA and 83 innings of work for Philadelphia. He is on to pitch the 8th. He's going to bat in the 9 spot. And he will face the top of the Mets order. Agee, Garrett, and Jones. Two-one, bottom of the 8th. Pitch from Brandon to Agee is open. Cork to center. It's going to get in the left center field gap between Williams and Cruz. It's going to be a double for Agee with nobody out. First base is open. Garrett's up. No action in the bullpen yet. Garrett's 0 for 3. The pitch to Brandon is Garrett is a strikeout check. That's yay, struck him out. Picked a good time for it. 1 out in the 8th. Now it's Jones. Agee at second. 0 for 2 for Cleon. It's a strikeout check, and hey, struck him out. 2 strikeouts for Brandon. Now it's Shamsky. Brandon pumps his fist. He thinks he's earned a job. He's earned nothing yet and likes it. Shamsky 1 for 3. The pitch from Brandon is a 4-5. That's open. Shamsky's card popped up. Jim Beecham on the infield dirt, calling and taking, and that will retire the Mets in the 8th. We're going to the 9th. It'll be the top of the order for the Bears facing Ron Taylor. McGraw is ready. It's Cruz, Popovich, and Perez. Bears need a run to tie it and 2 to take the lead. Cruz is 0 for 3. The Bears have 3 hits in the game and 1 run. The line score, the Mets, 2 runs on 5 hits. They've committed 1 error. The Bears, 1 run on 3 hits, and they've committed no errors. The pitch is a foul ball off Cruz's bat. Next pitch is a hit by pitch check, but it's too high. Cruz with a comebacker, gloved by Taylor. He turns and throws to Cranepool for out number 1. Now it's Popovich. Popovich 0 for 2. Remember, after the game, we're gonna take a look at my roster. And I want your comments, your feedback. The pitch from Taylor is a ballpark check. And that's hit to center. Under it is AG for out number 2. That makes Tony Perez the last chance saloon. Ron Taylor is fatigued. The pitch from Taylor to Perez is open. Perez swings, and it's a base hit through shortstop. A single for Perez. He keeps it alive, and it's going to be Joe Haig. See if we can get a runner for Perez here in case Haig hits some kind of an extra base hit. Going to be Zoilo Versalles to run for Perez. So Versalles will run at first base for Tony Perez. Haig up against a fatigued Ron Taylor. Lefty-righty matchup. Taylor, the stretch and the delivery to Haig is open. So it goes to Haig's card, and it's hit to center and deep. Back goes AG. Warning track. He makes the catch, and the Mets defeat the Bears by a score of 2-1. Let's give you the totals, and then we'll do the roster decisions that I have to make about this team. For the 69 Mets, 2 runs on 5 hits. They committed 1 error. The Bears, 1 run on 4 hits, and they committed no errors. The winning pitcher is Tom Seaver. The losing pitcher is Pat Jarvis. Okay, let's talk about my roster. For our post game, let's talk about my roster dilemmas. I'd love your feedback in the comments below. I'm going to go through the roster, and then I'm going to tell you the 2 spots that are open and the options that I have. I can make moves during the season, so that is possible. This isn't set in stone, but to start the year, I'd like my best team possible. So my starting pitchers are Denny McLain. I know. But I'm starting him opening day because he won 31 games, and that's good enough for me. But in 1971, the wheels had pretty much fallen off the truck. But I'm still using him. I know. Denny McLain, Dick Bosman, Ray Culp, Paul Splittorff, and Dick Drago are my 5-man starting rotation. Denny McLain, Dick Bosman, Ray Culp, Paul Splittorff, Dick Drago. Not necessarily in that order. Those are the 5 starters. The 4 bullpen guys that have made the team, 2 lefties and 2 righties. Doyle Alexander, Darryl Knowles, Bruce Keeson, Tom Bergmeyer. Knowles and Bergmeyer are the lefties. Alexander and Keeson are the right-handers. So there's 9 pitchers who have made the team. Position players, there's 3 catchers. I'm keeping them because I want 3 catchers, and Didier bats a switch hitter, so I can use him as a left-handed pinch hitter. Starting catcher will be Jerry Grody, Dwayne Josephson of the Red Sox, and Bob Didier of the Braves will be the backups. 3 catchers, Grody, Josephson, Didier. With the 9 pitchers, we're up to 12 players so far. Infielders, McCovey and Beecham will be the first baseman. Felix Millan and Paul Popovich, who can also play third, will be the second baseman. Del Maxville and Jackie Hernandez will be the shortstops. Hernandez can also play third, and Tony Perez will be the third baseman. So it's McCovey, Beecham, Millan, Popovich, Maxville, Hernandez, and Perez, 7 infielders. That brings us to 19 players. And the outfielders will be Don Money in left, Jose Cruz in center, Felipe Alou in right, and Joe Haig as a pinch hitter. That brings us to 23 players. Bernie Williams and Zoilo Versalles will not make the team, will not make the opening day roster. They are the other position players. Now I have 4 pitchers going for 2 spots, although I suppose I could go with 10 pitchers and keep either Williams or Versalles, but I think I'm going to go with 2 pitchers. So your choices are these 6 players for 2 spots. The first 2, Bernie Williams or Zoilo Versalles. Williams an outfielder, Versalles would be another infielder. Then there are 4 pitchers. I think my choice is really down to 2 of these 4 pitchers. Pat Jarvis from the Braves, a right-hander. Jerry Royce from the Cardinals, a left-hander who had an off year. He was a better pitcher than this. 14-14 with a 4.78 ERA. Not a good year for Royce, so this is a long man. These would be 2 long relievers. So the same role for both of these pitchers. Billy Champion, a right-hander for the Phillies, and Bucky Brandon, another right-hander for the Phillies. So there are 3 righties, Jarvis, Champion, and Brandon, and the left-hander Royce. If I keep 2 of those, they would both be long men in the bullpen. I will put the options in the description for the video. Thanks for your help. I got to make my cuts in about 24 hours. Thank you for your help. Appreciate it. And don't forget to click like and subscribe to my channel, my friends. I do appreciate it very much. Have a great evening. So long, everybody.